Welcome once again. This is another story that we are actually going to be talking about. Rwanda and Russia are actually forging a nuclear future. So what do you wish to know about this program? What this nuclear deal is all about? In the heart of Africa, a small but ambitious nation is charting a bold course toward technological sovereignty. On May 19th, 2026 in Kigali, Rwanda signed a significant new nuclear cooperation agreement with Russia. This deal focused on nuclear medicine, energy, and scientific research, builds on nearly a decade of partnership with and signals Rwanda's determination to harness atomic power for development. Today, we explore the Rwanda-Russia nuclear deal, its history, its promises, and its place in Africa's shifting geopolitics. The story begins in December 2018. In Moscow, Rwanda and Russia signed an intergovernmental framework agreement on the peaceful uses of nuclear energy. This laid the legal foundation for collaboration in technology, training, and applications. Just months later, in May 2019, during the Russia-African Summit, officials from Rwanda's Ministry of Foreign Infrastructure and Russia's State Nuclear Corporation signed a detailed roadmap. The counterpiece, establishing a Center for Nuclear Science and Technology in Rwanda, featuring a Russia-designed 10 megawatt research reactor and supporting laboratories. This center would serve as a hub for research, training Rwandan scientists in Russia, producing nuclear for medicine, agriculture, industry, and building public understanding of nuclear technology. Why nuclear for Rwanda? The country has experienced remarkable economic growth and stability since the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi. Under President Paul Kagame's leadership, Rwanda aims to become a higher income, knowledge-based economy. The energy is the backbone of this development. Current electricity generation relies heavily on hydropower and other renewables, but demand is soaring due to industrialization, urbanization, data centers, mining, and emerging AI applications. Nuclear power offers reliable, low carbon base load electricity. Rwanda's long-term vision includes nuclear contributing significantly, potentially over 6% of electricity by 2050, to achieve energy security and support its development goals. The research reactor and eventual power plants would also advance nuclear medicine. This field uses radioactive for diagnosing and treating disease like cancer, which remains a growing challenge across Africa. Improved health care through nuclear tech could also save countless lives. Fast and forward to May 19th, 2026, at the Nuclear Energy Innovation Summit on Africa, hosted in Kigali, Rwanda and Russia signed a fresh memorandum of understanding. This builds directly on the 2019 and 2018 foundations. This nuclear deal includes these areas. Russia will help Rwanda to advance training and education for Rwandan nuclear energy engineers and technicians. Russia also will help Rwanda to advance cooperation in nuclear medicine and the broader healthcare systems, research and development in nuclear science, studies on small model reactors for power generation, progress towards commercial nuclear infrastructure with the potential operational dates in early 2030s. Russia's global nuclear powerhouse, with decades of experience building reactors worldwide, is the key partner on the Russian side. Rwandan officials emphasize this is not an inclusive partnership. On the same day as Russian Rwanda memorandum of this deal, Rwanda signed a civil nuclear agreement with the United States, focusing on safety, regulatory frameworks, and non-proliferation, plus a deal with American firm called Holtec International for potential development of SML up to several gigawatts. Partnership with the South Africa, Australia, and others, including a Canadian-German experimental reactor project, to complete the picture. This multi-partner strategy reflects pragmatic diplomacy, leveraging the best experts from East and West while maintaining sovereignty. The deal also underscores broader geopolitical shifts as some Western nations face scrutiny over their engagement in Africa. Russia is expanding its footprint through long-term infrastructure and energy partnerships in Africa. For Rwanda, which has saved recent Western criticism over regional issues like Eastern Congo, is diversifying alliances to provide strategic flexibility. Experts note that while nuclear projects take years, sometimes a decade or more, to materialize due to regulatory, safety, and financial hardships, they create enduring ties. The Russian involvement also brings not just technology, but also training programs that build local capacity. These are some of the opportunities that Rwanda will actually gain after finishing this nuclear power plants program. Rwanda will get something called energy independence, stable power and for industries and homes. Rwanda will also elevate healthcare revolution, better cancer treatment and diagnostics. Human capital, hundreds of Rwandans will be trained as nuclear scientists and engineers. Rwanda will also gain regional leadership, positioning Rwanda as an East Africa's nuclear technology hub. Another thing is climate goals. Rwanda will also be reliable energy, supporting net zero ambitions. Some of the challenges that this program will face, we can actually mention high upfront cost of long timelines, need for robust regulatory frameworks and safety standards aligned with guidelines. Another challenge is public perception and education about the nuclear safety. And the last but not least is geopolitical balancing towards over-reliance on any single partner. Rwanda's government has stressed transparency, adherence to international non-proliferation norms, and a focus on a peaceful uses only of these nuclear reactors. Another thing is Russian nuclear deal is more than a technological agreement. It actually presents a vision, as Rwanda is not just surviving but thriving through science and innovation. As Africa's population and economies grow, partnerships like this could light the way for an entire continent. For the hills of Kigali to the global stage, Rwanda is proving that ambition paired with the strategic international cooperation can transform a nation's destiny.